Hi, this is Laura Tucker with Really Entertainment News for TroubledHollywood.com. As if we needed another reason to think he's hot, Channing Tatum is discussing the Stanford rape case and says the rape culture is a very real thing. Really? He thinks the punishment Brock Turner received because of what he's capable of doing is a horrible, horrible idea. He asks where the idea would end, suggesting you could kill someone and get caught red-handed, but get a lesser sentence because you got it because you go to a nice school and are a good swimmer. And he's right. It's just a very dangerous precedent to set. Michael Jackson was actually jealous of Prince. Really? There were some tapes that were secretly recorded of him, and in the transcripts of the tapes, he says he doesn't like being compared to Prince. He felt he'd proven himself since he was young, and that Prince felt like he was his opponent. He called him one of the rudest people he had ever met and hoped he would change because he thought he was the type of guy who would commit suicide. Yet ironically, they both died of drug overdoses. The death of Star Trek actor Anton Yelchin is inspiring a class action lawsuit against the maker of the Jeep that trapped him and killed him. Really? There's a recall out on the gear shift for the 2014-15 Jeep Grand Cherokee because it can be confusing. So, now there is a class action lawsuit against Fiat Chrysler Automobiles saying there was an unreasonable delay in fixing the gear shifter. And we arranged for a Jeep Cherokee as a rental car for this coming weekend. I'm hoping it's a 2016. Jesse Eisenberg took on some anti-gay protesters at a pride parade in London. Really? He's overseas performing in a play and was walking his bike along the parade route. There were some protesters with signs bearing Bible quotes and a guy on a megaphone. Jesse just shook his head. And when a protester tried to give him a pamphlet, he shook his head again. The protester repeatedly asked him, "Is your mind closed?" Jesse repeated that phrase back and said, "Dude, that's so fucked up," then left. That statement does prompt an SMH moment. Whose mind is more closed? I'm thinking it's the protesters. Justin Bieber watches The Bachelorette and roots for Chad. What? Really? I'm not as surprised that he watches The Bachelorette as I am that he's rooting for Chad. As he was being kicked off the show, Justin posted to Instagram, "Good point, Chad. Milk is delicious. And yeah, I watched The Bachelorette. Don't judge me." Again, not judging him for watching the show, just for cheering on such a deplorable guy who threatened a bunch of people seemingly just for publicity and exposure.